Good afternoon and welcome to Guiseley AFC Radio. We are on the trophy trail this afternoon as the Lions take on Rushall Olympic in the third qualifying round of the FA Carlsberg Trophy. Last season, of course, it was that trip to FC Halifax Town where we won well 1-0 at the Shea, with Alex Johnson scoring the goal against his old club and getting the Lions through to the next round. Hopefully we can do the same again this season, but this afternoon it's a tough one. It's a potential banana skin of a game in terms of Rushall Olympic, who play the division below and have been a good consistent side over a number of seasons and have pressed for the playoffs in that division previously. And so Tom Feeney, who joins me this afternoon, I'm Colin Robertson, he is I'm sure equally nervous of this game as I am.
Yeah, I think when you look at the form Rushall Olympic have been on for the last couple of games as well, they've won 4 out of the last 6, and it's just one of them. If Guiseley take their eye off the ball just a little bit, I do feel Rushall Olympic will be able to take full advantage, and they are a very good side defensively as well once they've got a lead, and it's just one of them for Guiseley. They've picked a strong enough side, in my opinion, with the likes of Alex Johnson and Andy Holdsworth being given a run out from the off, and hopefully Guiseley can take full advantage of playing at Nethermoor in front of a passionate set of fans and get the victory. Yeah,
it was a great occasion last weekend, even though we didn't get the result we were looking for against Barrow.
Score 2 goals from deflections, and then the second one in between there, 2 goals was a poor one from our point of view. But then I would say for a 10-15 minute spell they were on top, scored 3 goals, like I say, 2 were deflections. I think for the rest of the game we've been by far the better team, and sick really that we've not managed to get at least a point out of the game. I thought we dominated for long periods. Boys had a great chance just before they got their first one. If that goes in, maybe it's a different story as well. And then we hit the post, hit the crossbar second half, hit the post when when it's 3-2, the keeper makes an unbelievable save, saving it onto the post. But just really proud of the players, the way they came back at 3-0 down at half time. They could have gone under as such, but they came out, took the game straight to Barrow. Got the 2 goals against 11 men and with 10 men. We possibly didn't even do as well as we'd done against 11 men. Disappointed. I'm standing here thinking about referees again. We went up there. We should have certainly got a point with a penalty towards the end, having watched that back. And some of the decisions today have left me scratching my head. Been to see the referee. He actually let me in his room at half time, which is unusual. And I don't like to make a habit of going to see referees because we've got enough to do our own job, but I just felt everything in the first half had gone against us, and I would say that in the second half pretty much everything, barring maybe the red card, went against us again. I thought we should have been sat with a point coming away from Barrow. I thought the way we played we should have got 3 points today, but we're not. We've lost 6 points on Barrow now, and they're going to take some catching.
When you talk about half time there, the side could have folded in the second half. I'm sure it must have been a tough half time. Do we need a new tea set?
I can't say that I was throwing teacups and no. I would say that we've had more stern words as such in some of the previous 4 games when we've won all 4. We're 3-0 down, and now we're 3-0 down in terms of the way we'd played it, being quite an even contest for large parts of it. We'd got in some good areas and created some decent chances. Gavin had a few decent efforts from range, but goals change games, and some of the refereeing decisions had really riled the lads. And the free kick for the goal is given. Ollie Johnson clearly wins the ball in front of their dugout. There's barely a reaction from their dugout. He gives a free kick. Fair enough. He then lets them take the ball 10 yards inside the pitch to take the free kick, after having done that earlier in the game as well when we've asked him to watch for that. And it ends up in your net. And these little things in big games can make a big difference. And I just didn't think that we were on the right end of anything in terms of refereeing decisions today. But again, I've got to say that I'm proud of the players and the way that they played. I thought that against a team at the top of the league, to be disappointed after being 3-0 down, not to have got anything out of it. Yeah.
What do you think? What sort of bearings does this game have on the title race for you?
It means we're a fair way behind them, and they've got a couple of games in hand. But I've said to the players, if we play like we've done over these last 5 games, then we've made we could have gone top today, made a bit of a move up the table with the results recently. The opportunity to go top of the league might be a long time coming. It might be the last week in April. We'll keep plugging away, keep doing what we've been doing, because if we do that, then we'll be challenging for those top places come the end of the season.
Break from the league next week, FA Trophy. Somewhat of an unknown quantity coming here next Saturday. And what sort of ambitions do you have for the competition this year?
We want to go as far as we can. We had a decent run last year in it. Got some good wins. The win at Halifax was one of the highlights of the season. So we want the opportunity to get some of those fixtures again, and we'll possibly look to maybe change one or two. One or two could. Maybe just do with some game time. We've got quality to come into the side if we choose to do that. So there may be one or two changes, but I expect a proper, thorough, professional performance from us. And if we go about it the way that we have gone about the last 5 games, then we've got every chance of getting through.
Mark Bauer there speaking to me after Saturday's disappointing defeat to Barrow. The Lions going down 3-2 last Saturday, hopefully improved today against Rushall Olympic. Just a quick shout out, the Guiseley Junior Under-12s Whites are just providing a guard of honour to today's game. They're a team that are managed and coached by Phil Clarkson, who's also not a bad left winger from last night's supporters club game. They are two mascots, Niall Watson, who's celebrating his 11th birthday today, so happy birthday to Niall, and Finlay McCall, who's celebrating his 6th birthday. Finlay's dad actually runs the station pub down the road, so great to have you guys here this afternoon. Now, Tom caught up with Ben Parker before this afternoon's game, and here's what he had to say.
Tom Feeney with Ben Parker, and we are looking forward to the game between Guiseley and Rushall Olympic. Ben, first of all, you've been off for a couple of weeks, so you're nearing full fitness?
Yeah, like I said, I've unfortunately picked up flu just after the first Barrow game up at their place, and unfortunately I couldn't shake it off for whatever reason. I went to the doctors, A&E, and just couldn't shake the illness off, but I managed to get back training last Thursday and did a little bit before the game on Saturday, and last 2 days I've been with Martin physio, so I've been building all that way, looking forward to Saturday hopefully. It's the FA Trophy, obviously it's a competition where if you get so far you've got the incentive of Wembley. Just what are your thoughts on the competition? Exactly, you touched on it there. Big incentive and get to Wembley. We did reasonably well last year, picked up a great result up at Halifax, and I think that's our season rolling. So we know not to take it too lightly, this competition, because it can give us momentum going into the league. So we're not going to take Rushall lightly at all at the weekend. Talking about a new signing, Shane Killock has been brought in from Harrogate Town, plenty of experience. Just what were your thoughts on him? Yeah, I think he's done absolutely fantastic. I've known a bit about him before, playing against him a couple of times at Harrogate last year, and funnily enough I know his brother a bit more, Ross, from the Leeds days, so they're a bit alike, which is quite good. But we've been needing a bit of that, bit more experience at the back there. Unfortunately, myself been out ill, Danny Ellis picked up an injury at the time, so we needed someone with Shane's experience to come in and like I say, he's at the ground running and has done what I expected him to do really. Talking about the league, it was 3 wins, but in between that were 2 losses to Barrow. Second in the league though, still, guys, and plenty to look up to as well. Yeah, definitely. I think obviously we're disappointed with the result panned out on Saturday. I think we at least deserved a point of that game, but we were a great advert for the league. 2 good teams going, Hammer and Tong. But like I say, we are second. Teams around us got maybe a game, 2 games in hand, but we're up to second. That's where you'd rather points on the board this time of year. So we know if we put another decent run together, we might go further than we went last year. So that's going to be the aim. Talking about the trophy, just the final question. It's at home. It's at Nethermoor. Just how big an incentive is that, and how much of a positive is it that it's going to be in front of the home fans? Yeah, whenever you play these type of fixtures in the cup, you always want a home draw. And thankfully the draw has been quite favourable to us with a team lower below us. So usually we've had teams who've either in the same league or above. So, but as we've played in the FA Cup this year, we know teams down league can pose quite a threat. So we know if we're off the ball, they can cause us 1 or 2 problems. So I don't know what the manager's going to do, whether he's going to rest a few or play a strong team. But whatever 11 goes out there aside, we're going to put a good effort in.
Ben Parker there talking to Tom Feeney after during the week ahead of this afternoon's game between the Lions and Rushall Olympic. It's the FA Carlsberg Trophy, 3rd qualifying round. Guiseley line up at home here against Rushall Olympic with Stephen Drench in goal. Andy Holdsworth, Ben Parker, the captain today. Danny Lowe, Shane Killock and Jake Lawler, so no place for Danny Ellis. Wayne Brooksby, Danny Boschel, Alex Johnson, Ollie Johnson and Gavin Rothery. So as promised, Mark Bauer has changed things around a little bit. Ryan Tilson on the bench, Nicky Boschel, Danny Ellis and Adam Boyce, Steve Dickinson. Also the substitute goalkeeper as ever. For Rushall Olympic, they have a lineup as follows: Cameron Belford, Aris Christoforou, Liam Smith, Callum Williams, Aaron Brown, Mitchell Tolley, Jake Heath, Carl Palmer, Aaron Williams, Chris Taylor, Carlton McKenzie on the bench, Gavin Keynes, Stanley Magusuya, Jacob Craner, Josh Craddock and Connor Deards. So Tom, final thoughts just ahead of this game. It's a age-old cliche, isn't it? It's a cup game, anything can happen, you know, and this could be a slippery wicket for us.
Yeah, definitely. I think it is just one of them games where if Guiseley don't fully focus on this, if you take your eye off the ball, Rushall Olympic have got a couple of players in their squad that can punish you, and it's a good, you know, I do feel it's a good opportunity for Alex Johnson to get 90 minutes under his after so many months of frustration, so hopefully he can reward Mark for picking him today.
And so we're away. The game underway here with the Lions shooting from right to left, playing in white with dark blue shorts and navy blue socks as ever. And immediately pressing the ball forward into Rushall Olympic's half. Rushall Olympic playing with gold shirts, black shorts and black socks. And early doors Aaron Brown with a couple of firm headers. Rushall Olympic got a good 2-1 win midweek against Matlock Town. Always a tough place to go is the Causeway, and they got the result there on Tuesday night. So although they've been mid-table to lower mid-table, they'll be boosted by that, and they've now got a free kick inside the centre circle that Chris Taylor takes, headed away, only as far as Callum Williams, but he loses out to Ollie Johnson, and Johnson can start a counter-attack, lays the ball down the left-hand side. Alex Johnson chasing after it, wonderful ball there from Ollie Johnson. Alex Johnson into the box, cuts down towards the byline, gets the ball across the 6-yard box, and it's defended well by Rushall. Second phase though still with the Lions. Danny Boschel and Shane Killock in amongst it. Ben Parker now on the ball on the left hand side, gives it to Gavin Rothery. Infield to Alex Johnson. Back here to Danny Boschel. Boschel square to Andy Holdsworth. Holdsworth playing back at right back again this afternoon in place of Ryan Tilson. Brooksby infield towards Ollie Johnson, just ahead of him, cut out well by Aaron Brown, but Rushall Olympic immediately penned back, and Danny Lowe takes the ball into the feet of Gavin Rothery and takes it back himself, and guys, he's just holding on to the ball. I think Rushall Olympic were limited to touches on the ball in this passage of play. The Lions get it over the halfway line in towards Wayne Brooksby, who has a run at the fullback. Liam Smith. Smith does well, holds to his task, gets across him and gets a foot through the ball, and guys, he then have to watch the counter-attack here as Rushall Olympic come away with the ball. Now on the halfway line, infield from Chris Taylor. Come over the centre circle inside the Guiseley half with Carlton McKenzie on the ball. Plays it forward. Danny Boschel blocks. Christoforou takes over. The right back cuts infield, still inside Guiseley's territory. Square here to Carl Palmer. And again, this is a good move here and a good shot from distance. Stings the palms of Stephen Drench by Carlton McKenzie. And Drench holds on to the ball and swiftly distributes. And I'm desperate to bring Tom in, but there's no let-up. Wayne Brooksby now on the counter-attack here, on the right-hand side. Gets the ball to the edge of the 18-yard box. Blasts it against the legs of Smith, and it's behind for a Guiseley corner.
Well, positive start by both sides, and Guiseley there. About 15 passes in a row, no real pressure. They lose the ball, then immediately the Pics have got 4 men forward.
Corner's taken short here. Danny Boschel. Back to Brooksby. Brooksby on the angle of the penalty area. Lays it into Boschel. Boschel gets the cross into the penalty area and cleared. And then up to the halfway line. And Danny Lowe's got a bit of a chase on. And he has to knock the ball back to Stephen Drench before collecting it from the goalkeeper. And bringing it forward here. Gavin Rothery. Into the feet of Lowe. Lowe to Rothery. And back here to Killock. He gives it back to Stephen Drench, and guys are holding on to it. And chasing from Aaron Williams isn't threatening at the moment, but Guiseley likewise just patient build-up play here. Ball up towards Alex Johnson. He's under pressure from the fullback. Christoforou with his hands on Johnson's back. No free kicks given. Arguably, Johnson was also backing into him, but Rushall come away with the ball. Up to the halfway line where Callum Williams just chips it forward towards Aaron Williams. Guys who defend this time. And Brown sends it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Cameron Belford. Alex Johnson is sticking to his task of chasing him down. Belford's clearance is picked up by Guiseley. And Ben Parker now on the ball inside the Lions' half. Promising start this for the Lions?
Yeah, I'd say so. I just think it was a bit of a wasted opportunity, that first corner. They took it short, and a lot of the Rushall players hadn't realised it had been taken, and then passed it back, and by that time all the players were back in position.
Guiseley win a throw deep inside Rushall territory. Level with the edge of the penalty area, taken quickly by Ben Parker, who's had a couple of niggling problems that's kept him out of the game recently, but he's now back in first team action. Look at left back. Now the ball forward towards Alex Johnson. He battling hard against Brown. Goes towards the byline, now cuts infield, gets the cross towards Ollie Johnson. The header away, scooped away eventually by captain Mitchell Tolley. Guiseley recover the second phase here with Ben Parker. Jake Lawler on the ball, square now to Danny Boschel. Boschel has options to the right, finds Wayne Brooksby with a super raking pass. Brooksby cuts in field, goes towards the byline, drills the ball across the 6-yard box, and it's well cleared, and cleared for a Guiseley throw.
Well, good to see Alex Johnson really putting himself about. Good little pass there to Ollie Johnson, just a little bit too much on it. If he found his head, it would have been a goal for sure, but Johnson, the two Johnsons.
Andy Holdsworth with a drive from distance. Sorry, Tom, he just came forward from right back, takes an effort, it actually deflects back off the Pics defence, and now the visitors can come away with the ball. And then plays it down the right-hand side, looking for Carlton McKenzie. Across comes Lowe. Lowe clears. And Rushall pick up the second phase with Christoforou. A long ball over the top. Killock had to watch that very carefully. And it helped away by Lowe. Jake Lawler with a lovely touch on the ball. Gives it to Gavin Rothery. Back here to Lawler. Lawler into the feet of Ollie Johnson. Johnson cuts in field. He's got Holdsworth up from right back on the other side, and he eventually plays him in. Holdsworth into Wayne Brooksby, and eventually it comes back here to Killock. And again, it's that patient build-up, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, and I just think Guiseley, though, have just got to be careful because...
Oh, a lovely ball over the top here, Alex Johnson. Gets the ball on the edge of the 18-yard box. He's up against Brown, cuts past him, goes to the byline, tries to drill it across the 6-yard box, takes a deflection off Brown and into the hands of Belford. And every time we try to bring you in, there's an opening for the Lions.
Well, the Guiseley players are trying to infuriate me. It's working. No, fantastic pass there by Holdsworth, and Alex Johnson does really well, gets into the area, and you just want him to try and find Ollie Johnson. Just wasn't able to find him, and in all fairness, the defence does really well.
Now it's Rushall who come forward. Throw in on the right-hand side for the visitors. And this one about level with the 18-yard box in a good position. Full-back Christoforou comes forward to take. Plays it infield. Looks for the return ball, but instead, good piece of skill from Carlton McKenzie. Gives the ball back here to Chris Taylor. And then a poor ball from Taylor gives it straight to Wayne Brooksby. Holdsworth plays it forward rather aimlessly himself. Smith has all the time in the world just to intercept that ball. Gives it here to Carl Palmer. Palmer plays it back to the left back Smith. Smith plays it up towards McKenzie, who takes it well on his chest but goes away from the goal. And Rushall Olympic having a spell of possession at the moment here, with a ball coming in from Taylor, but it runs all the way through to Stephen Drench, and Drench immediately sends it downfield. And there's a bit of a challenge here for Alex Johnson. He's got clear of the centre half, takes a shot. He's tackled just on the edge of the area. Puts enough to put him off by Mitchell Tolley, who made the initial slip. And Alex Johnson can't get a clean shot away at goal, and it goes behind for a goal kick.
Well, it were a clear handball there. The referee plays advantage, and Alex Johnson then it just seems to lose his balance just when he's about to have a shot there, and it goes a couple of yards wide. But yet again, Guiseley have shown that they can just, with one pass, open the game up, and get either Alex or Ollie Johnson into a good position. But for Rushall Olympic, I've got to say, they've they've been positive so far. They've been trying to get forward whenever they can, and it makes for a good game.
Yeah, it was a great recovery tackle as well, wasn't it, from Tolly after he'd made the initial slip. Now Rushall Olympic come forward again. They believe they can threaten this Guiseley defence. No lack of confidence there. The Pics come down the right-hand side with Jake Heath. And in the end, Ben Parker holds Heath up and wins a goal kick. And good piece of defending from Parker.
Yeah, just showing all that experience, because just for a second it looked like Heath was going to be able to get across in there, but Parker puts his body in the way, makes sure the ball goes out for a goal kick. And again, it's good to have Parker back. He's a very good defender, he's got a lot of experience, and he's very vocal. He's been very vocal so far today, shouting instructions to the lads.
Drench's clearance finds Gavin Rothery. Back to Parker, back to Drench. Aaron Williams keeps running and chasing. Drench plays it out to Killick. Williams is still going. And a long ball over the top goes towards Alex Johnson, but it's not going to reach its destination. Target, rather. And it goes back to Cameron Belford. Referee today is Billy Khatib. So far, so good. Not much to report from that perspective. And if you're just joining us, in the first 10 minutes of this game, still scoreless between Guiseley and Rushall Olympic. It's an open and entertaining game thus far. And now Rushall come forward. A knock-on from Aaron Williams goes into the hands of Stephen Drench quite comfortably. What do you think of the Guiseley lineup? That's obviously been shifted around. Individual quality still there, but it is a different lineup, isn't it? And you just wonder about the lines of communication, the understanding of the formation.
Yeah, I think Alex Johnson has once or twice misplaced a pass when he's been trying to find Ollie Johnson, and obviously Adam Boyes and Ollie have been playing together for a couple of weeks now, week in, week out, and it's their communication levels are really good. I've got to say that Alex Johnson just once or twice, just a little bit of a misplaced pass, but again, if Alex had been playing with Ollie for a couple of weeks, that communication would be there as well. But I think the passing by Andy Holdsworth so far has been fantastic. A couple of times he's got the ball and been able to hit it 40 yards and just open the Rushall defence. But, you know, it does appear that if Guiseley can keep doing that long ball tactic, it will work in the end, because they've got in a couple of times already. It's just been good defending that's prevented them getting that goal.
Well, Daniel O just has a little slip on the ball. Nothing too difficult for him to recover. Guiseley patiently just knocking the ball at the back at the moment, trying to draw Rushall Olympic out. Now they give it to Wayne Brooksby, who scored those 2 goals last week against Barrow. Gives it to Alex Johnson. Infield here to Jake Lawler. Now Danny Boschel takes over. Out to the left flank where Ben Parker cuts it infield here to Gavin Rothery. Rothery chases down towards the byline, gets a good cross, and it's eventually cut away by Tolly. And Rushall Olympic will bring it up to the halfway line with Callum Williams. That's comfortable for Guiseley to deal with. Stephen Drench gives it to Killick. And again, more patient build-up from the Lions. On the left-hand side now, Ben Parker coming forward. Infield here to Danny Boschel. Now Ollie Johnson spins on the ball, takes it towards the edge of the 18-yard box, gives it to the left. Gavin Rothery goes down, looks for options ahead of him and infield, cuts down to the byline. Rothery's cross blocked by the fullback Christopheru, and I think we'll have a second Guiseley corner. We will indeed, from the left-hand side.
Good play all around there. Gavin Rothery takes his time and looked like he was going to rush across there. Instead, make sure he gets the corner, but you've got to say good defending as well.
Now the ball infield here. Danny Boschel puts it into the area and it's cut out and taken away, and now picked up here by Carl Palmer. Palmer to the left-hand side. Gives it to Aaron Williams. He surges down the left flank. He's got a man in front of him in Carlton McKenzie. Danny Lowe is too sharp for him though. Steps across the frontman and then takes the ball away and tries to thread a long ball into the feet of Alex Johnson, and in doing so actually earns Guiseley a throw-in. Front of the dugout. Mike Bauer gives it back. And Guiseley start again.
Just one thing I've noticed. Is it just me, or Are the Guiseley players in a different dugout?
Yes, they are. Brooksby now goes to the byline, actually gets the ball across the face of the 6-yard box, and as soon as Tom says something, Guiseley have attack. We'll have to do this more often. It's obviously working this afternoon. Brooksby takes it forward. Yes, they've decided to swap. The ball over the back line, well collected by Killick, and it's given to the feet of Ben Parker. Jake Lawler. And now here to Gavin Rothery. Rothery out to Holdsworth. Holdsworth pushes on from right back. Goes back now to Brooksby. And Brooksby square to Lawler on the halfway line. Killick gives it to Rothery now. Rothery has a little run on the ball. Plays it to the right hand side, and Alex Johnson's offside. How frustrating is that?
It's just, again, it's good play, it's good build-up play, but you're looking at the pass there, and Ollie Johnson's got a little bit of room, and Alex Johnson, you can see, just is expecting the pass to go to Ollie, strays offside, and the moment the ball's going in his direction, Alex Johnson just throws his arms up in the air as if to say, well, you shouldn't really be passing to me, the better option was Ollie. But again, it's good play up until that final pass, and we've seen it a couple of times where Guiseley have been able to take advantage in the end, though.
Now a loose ball gives it to Alex Johnson. He plays in Wayne Brooksby. Johnson goes off to get the return ball, peels off really well, gets it on the edge of the area, takes a shot with the left foot. Sort of stumbling as he went to take the effort, and it goes behind again for a goal kick. But good football in the build-up there, and good running off the ball from Alex Johnson.
Yeah, fantastic play there by Alex, and obviously he's been out injured a long time, and he's only played a couple of games since returning, but there is a fantastic bit of movement. He knew where exactly was going to make that run. Good pass to him as well, and just when he got in front of goal, he just took a little stumble, has his shot. Again, just a little bit off balance, and it goes wide.
Now Rushall Olympic coming forward. Inside the centre circle, they lay the ball into the feet of Christoforou. He's up against Gavin Rothery. The fullback forced back, but Rushall do retain the ball well. Mitchell Tolley now raking crossfield ball that's well cut out by Andy Holdsworth and nodded back to Stephen Drench and rolled out in here to Danny Boschel. Boschel comes over the halfway line. Surging run from Boschel, and characteristic gives it to the right hand side where Brooksby gets the ball into the area, takes a deflection off the defender and just goes across the face of the goal and behind for a corner. Aaron Brown it was who made the lunging challenge and almost applied a perfect finish.
Well, the goalkeeper there, you can see him scrambling. He thinks it's going in, just able to get a hand on it, tip it out of play, but it is just one of them. The moment it takes a deflection, you're not sure where it's going to go, and I think that was going to just squeeze into the bottom corner, and that would have been a goal for Guiseley instead of corner.
Wayne Brooksby lines up the corner. Guiseley have plenty of players in the box looking to get on the end of it. It goes into the 6-yard area, and it's well punched clear by Cameron Belford and kept in by Rushall, who looked to counter-attack. And the long one forward towards Carlton Mackenzie's cut out comfortably by Danny Lowe, but Guiseley don't retain possession. And now Callum Williams can take over for Rushall Olympic inside the Guiseley half. It goes back to Chris Taylor. Aaron Brown looks ahead of him, plays a long one forward, chested down well. Square here and given to Jake Heath. Heath with a good ball into the area. Now chance for the visitors. A drive towards goal from Aaron Williams is blocked by Killick. Holdsworth does enough just to tidy that up and calm things down, but that was a good move there from the visitors, and a lovely little reverse ball into the feet of Aaron Williams from Heath.
Yeah, and it just looked like guys had been cut open there a little bit, but good bit of defending as then when the shot came in. But again, it's showing that Rushall have got a bit of quality and can cause problems. Good
quality here from Ben Parker as well. He's coming forward from left back. Exchange of passes on the edge of the D, gives it to Gavin Rothery. He shoots from distance. He gets under it a little bit too much, holds his hands in apology because it's gone behind for a goal kick. Still scoreless if you're just joining us. As we approach 19 minutes in this game, the Lions have had some good chances. Rushall Olympic have had one or two of their own sort of half chances. Stephen Drench has had to be called into action to save in the first half, although to be fair it was a shot fairly straight at him. Guiseley have had a couple of half chances their own. It's an open and entertaining game, And now Alex Johnson's just got behind Tolly for a second. Well tidied up there by Christoforou. The right back heads back to the goalkeeper.
Well, it's good play there by Christoforou because he sees the danger. He sees that Alex Johnson has got that extra bit of pace. He's got a yard on his man, and just Christoforou able to get ahead of there.
Now, chance here for Rushall Olympic to get into the area there. Carlton Mackenzie had the ball at his feet from a kind deflection. Killick steps across and knocks it out into touch. But the Pics will certainly use this opportunity from this throw, about level with the edge of the penalty area, to throw one into the box from Smith. It's at 6s and 7s at the moment, and guys who haven't cleared their lines. It's picked up here by Palmer. Back to Smith. Smith plays the ball into the area. Well deflected away by Gavin Rothery. And now Wayne Brooksby collects the ball. Now, guys who've held a good disciplined line there and prevented Rushall from making more of that position. And a good header forward. And a flick on by Aaron Williams. It goes back to Stephen Drench. The pace just dropping a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, I think also there's been a gust of wind as well, which making it rather unpleasant in this press box at the minute. But just going back to that previous attempt by Rushall, I expected them to have a shot. They just got into the area, and instead they passed it about, and guys were able to
take... There's a shot from distance. It takes a deflection. It goes behind for a corner. Carlton Mackenzie, who was some distance from goal, which is why Tom was still summarising there, because it didn't look like it was going to amount to anything, but he turned on the ball and got a good left-footed drive, took a deflection for a minute, looked like it could go anywhere, and it's gone behind in the end for a corner to Rushall, their first of the afternoon. Yeah,
Drench looked a little bit concerned when it took the initial deflection, and in the end it went wide.
Corner comes in towards the back post, headed away by Jake Lawler, but headed up in the air. Brown's underneath it, still inside the 6-yard box. The shot comes in from Mackenzie. Nobody's cleared yet. Rushall still applying the pressure. Blocked by Killick. Back here to Williams. Callum Williams gets the cross, a good cross back into the box. But Drench is the first one to it, and Drench immediately lofts the ball towards Alex Johnson. Headed out by the full-back, and Guiseley have a throw on the halfway line, and the home crowd just getting behind the side, trying to urge them to up the tempo a little bit. Jake Lawler gets the ball from Danny Boschel. Guys, he continued to plug away at this game, but that was a good move there, wasn't it, from Rushall? A good spell of pressure, and really when the ball's bobbling around in the penalty area, it can fall anywhere, can't it? I know it's a bit of a cliche, but it can fall anywhere, can't it?
Yeah, I think Mark will be a little bit concerned that they had 3 attempts there in the penalty area. All 3 were blocked, but again, what caused the corner being given was a deflection, and all you need is an unlucky deflection, and Steve Drench has no chance, and it's 1-0. So I think Mark will just want the lads to up the intensity just a little bit. It's dropped during the last few minutes, and playing into Rushall's hands a little bit as well, because they like it at this pace. By the looks of it, they're able to just get their fullbacks up at a gentle pace rather than having to go hell for leather for it. So I think Guiseley now, it's just trying to get the ball and trying to get just back to where they were during the opening 10 minutes.
Now a good ball here from Gavin Rothery, feeds in Ben Parker, makes a good run forward, and another lunging challenge comes in from Tolly to put the ball behind for another corner for the Lions.
Well, again, it's good play by Ben Parker, but again, it's good play by the Rushall defence as well. Another corner, and the last few have been wasted. Hopefully they'll be able to make something of this.
Corner from the right-hand side, gives it short to Rothery. Back here to Brooksby. Brooksby, his cross is poor, and it's too much on it for anyone, and it's gone behind for a goal kick.
Well, that's now the 4th corner which has been taken short, and I'm just a little bit surprised by that, because there are a couple of Guiseley players that are bigger than the Rushall players, and you just think, get it into the area. You've got the likes of Killock, Ollie Johnson. If one of them can just get their head onto it, you've got a chance. Instead, they've taken it short, and when they do that, it means Rushall are able to set their defence up in the area, and all of them really have been wasted.
Well, the goal kick isn't so impressive either from Cameron Belford. It goes straight out into touch. Mark Bauer brings it down quite comfortably, actually, with the left boot in the manager's dugout.
He's still got it.
That's what he'll tell you. Gives it short here to Gavin Rothery, into the feet now of Danny Boschel. Boschel to Lawler. Lawler back to Killock. And then Boschel on the ball now, all the way back into the back four. Guiseley holding on to the ball, but Rushall are certainly pressing the Lions when they're in possession. And the long one forward is cut out by Smith, but returned straight to Guiseley. Picked up here by Lowe. And Rothery collects on the halfway line. Still scoreless here, if you're just joining us. Between Guiseley and Rushall Olympic in this FA Trophy third qualifying round tie. Andy Holdsworth collects and plays it into Jake Lawler. Gets the ball back, chips it forward towards Ollie Johnson. Chested down by Aaron Brown and played back to goalkeeper Cameron Belford. Now Rushall Olympic get a deflection, a break that comes from an Andy Holdsworth header, and it's a chance for them to come forward with a few players, and they find Heath. Heath doesn't take the ball in his stride, has to go back and collect it. Still in possession, Jake Lawler steps across, takes away the ball from him and plays it back to Stephen Drench. And now there should be a free kick. It's got to be a free kick one way or the other. The referee just decides to allow play to go on, but certainly looked like Alex Johnson's been pulled back there inside the centre circle, which is why you're hearing the home crowd complain. But how he's given nothing, I'm never sure. But Rushall nonetheless have come forward, because surely it was a free kick one way or the other. It's either a backing in or he's been pulled back. It can't be nothing.
Yeah, I think the referee though, he isn't sure who's in the wrong, so he just decides, right, I'll just say you're both as bad as each other and we'll play on. But the Guiseley fans not happy because Johnson was being pushed, but he was also backing in at the same time. So you've just got to, the referee there, it would have been a difficult decision just which way he'd give it.
Ball's forward from Tolley, headed down by Lawler into the feet of Parker. Parker with good control, good skill, gives it square to Jake Lawler again. And well controlled by Andy Holdsworth because he was under great pressure from Callum Williams, who was closing down on him. Guys, you still haven't found that killer ball, but they might now. Wayne Brooks, who's having a run at the defence, gets it left here to Rothery. Rothery on the edge of the area, drills it in with the left foot. Always going wide of the upright, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. A very promising move there, though. Just a shame that Gavin Rothery couldn't apply the finish.
Yeah, Wayne Brooksby does really well, gets the ball into the area, and Gavin Rothery, I think he should have hit it first time, because by the time he takes that first touch, there's two Rushall defenders near him, and it just puts him under enough pressure for him to aim it wide. But if he'd have hit it first time, he would have had, well, basically just the goalkeeper to beat and no one really blocking him while he had the shot.
27 minutes gone, still 0-0 here as we approach the half-hour mark of this game. Rushall Olympic have a couple of half chances of their own. Guys, a couple of half chances. It's certainly much more in the favour, I think, on balance in favour of Guiseley of the first half hour, but Rushall have made a very good account of themselves in this first period.
Yeah, and I think when they've got the ball, they do look dangerous. Guys have had the ball that bit more often, which means that they've had the better chances. But really, I think you'd say 0-0 at the moment maybe is a fair result, because there haven't been any clear-cut chances. One or two shots going wide, and Steve Drench has had to make a save or two along the way as well.
Could just do with being a little bit more clinical in that final third, couldn't we?
Yeah, I think Alex Johnson's had two really good chances, and both of them he's been wide. I think Ollie Johnson hasn't really had a chance so far, and I think that will change, because maybe he will be pushed forward a little bit more and swap positions with Alex. But yeah, it's just one of them where there hasn't been a real clear-cut chance for either side at the minute.
Now the ball is still knocking around in midfield, a rather aimless spell or passage of play. Guiseley still searching for the ball, not able to claim it. Ben Parker does so, and the Lions now hold on to possession in midfield. Just to quickly say, go into that, Guiseley now got the ball down the right hand side. Alex Johnson goes past Brown. Brown puts a lunging challenge in on him, but it's fair and it's gone out for a throw in. Even though I do think that there's a little bit of a claim of a free kick from the home crowd. But nothing substantial about it. Alex Johnson now tries to take the return throw. Guiseley in possession still with Jake Lawler. taking the ball down, giving it back to Shane Killick. Square now to Danny Lowe. On the halfway line, Lowe back to Ben Parker. Parker infield here to Rothery. Steady, patient build-up. Ollie Johnson takes over. Still in the centre circle, though. Not much headway being made. Gives the ball to Andy Holdsworth. Brooksby, who a couple of moments ago made a good surging run, couldn't work his way through further than giving the ball to Rothery, who had a better chance. Now Rothery's on the ball for Guiseley. Gives the ball to Ollie Johnson. Very heavy touch from Ollie Johnson. He hits it quite a distance away from himself, but still collects it back, still working hard. Ollie Johnson gives it to the feet of Gavin Rothery. It was a heavy pass and Rothery can't control that one, and now Rushall Olympic take the ball away. Carl Palmer gives it to Taylor, and the ball over the top here, gives it to Carlton McKenzie. McKenzie chasing down Danny Lowe. Danny Lowe takes it away from him, clears up towards Jake Lawler. Lawler into the feet of Holdsworth, gives it to Boschel. Holdsworth and Boschel and Lawler combined, but it's a poor ball from Lawler. Ben Parker's chasing, can't get it, and it's out for a throw-in for Rushall Olympic, and that's a disappointing end to that move.
Yeah, and I think again it's not really been placed under too much pressure, just the odd pass has really been, nowhere near the target, and again it's giving possession away, and it means Rushall Olympic, when you do that, they can get their four defenders back into position, and really, guys have to start again each time that happens, and it just feels like guys are just lacking something. I can't really put my finger on it, but just some of the passing's not been what it has been during the last couple of league games, and the chances created as well haven't been as clear cut as they have been as well.
Yeah, we've not got the tempo, have we? We started off quite brightly, and now the tempo sort of dissipated somewhat. Free kick to guys inside their own half. Just to say, if you do have any comments about the game, about our commentary,
only positive, please.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it clean. You can tweet us at Guiseley Radio, our Twitter handle, as Tommy Broadwell has done. Thanks very much. Sat at home today, full of cold. Glad we have the Guiseley match on Guiseley Radio. Thanks. Well, you're welcome. Hope the cold gets better. We'll get you back down here. Guiseley now having to defend, though, at the moment. Still scoreless. We haven't been able to bring you any goals. Certainly no goals in the right end of the pitch. And it's quiet around the ground as the frustration is just beginning to settle in that the deadlock hasn't been broken. And at the moment, Rushall Olympic are in possession of the ball. And he holds with Danny Lowe, stepping across to take away from the Pics as they come forward. Now Gavin Rothery with a good pass here to Ollie Johnson on the left-hand side. Pushed out to the left, he's up against centre half, and then actually he's pulled back because there's an offside flag over there. And another, I think it's becoming a phrase of the day, but another frustrating end to a move.
Yeah, and I think, in all fairness, he was offside. Ollie Johnson was about a yard offside, and the linesman, though, put his flag down and continued running, and then I think he just realises, hang on, Ollie Johnson is the one with the ball. Right, I'll put my flag up now, but I can tell why the players are frustrated, because it's a good 5 or 6 seconds after he's actually received the ball when the flag goes up, and Ollie Johnson was working his way towards the penalty area and probably having a shot as well. You've
got to hold the line better though, haven't you? Free kick is taken by Belford up towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Is nodded down. It's cleared by Killick, helped away eventually by Andy Holdsworth. And Alex Johnson's shirt's almost ripped off his back, but still there's no free kick given. You have to suspect that the referee's not quite seen that one, but it's a pretty obvious one, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's practically trying to rip the shirt off, and the referee just lets play continue. And I think Alex Johnson, he's got such a good temperament, because I know some players, if you did that to him once, they wouldn't be too happy. Alex is putting up with that every time, and you just hope the referee's going to see it, or the linesman, who is in a really good position there, didn't say anything either. You just hope that the decision's given Alex's way sooner rather than later.
Danny Boschel on the ball now, gives it to Gavin Rothery, 30 yards from goal. Rothery threads it through again. Good spin on the ball here from Johnson. He gets a shot away. Good save from the goalkeeper. Down low to his left-hand side, gets a firm palm on it, and it's behind for a corner.
Well, yeah, he took full advantage there, because the defenders trying to push into him, and he's just able to turn, get into the area, have a shot. Really good save by the keeper, good shot as well, corner Guiseley.
Looks again like it's going to be one of these short ones. No, they go this time to deliver it into the area, and it's a 6s and 7s. Brown gets a touch away. Killock now in left midfield, gets the ball into the area, takes a deflection, and ultimately is cleared, but intercepted well by Gavin Rothery, who watches the flight of the ball well, gets the ball at his feet now on the edge of the 18-yard box, gets it into the area, and it's still not able to reach its target. Smith steps across for Rushall, gets it up to the halfway line, and then gives it to Carlton Mackenzie, who can't control. He was the sole man up front. The throw from Boschel gives the ball all the way back to Stephen Drench. Still scoreless, still 0-0. 10 minutes to go to the break in this FA Trophy third qualifying round. And still yet to break the deadlock. Rushall Olympic still looking to score, to move the ball forward as well and attack this Guiseley line, and the Lions have to be called into more defensive action down in their right back position, which they comfortably do. It's going to go out for a throw-in. And the ball played out now to Ben Parker from left back. Gives to Gavin Rothery. Rothery skips past his man on the halfway line, but he sticks to his task, does Heath. But Rothery shakes him off, gives the ball to Ollie Johnson. Johnson in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Cut out well by Smith. Guiseley have another corner.
Well, Gavin Rothery there, fantastic persistence, because you just think he's going to go down. He's been caught 3 times by the same player. He stays on his feet, does really well and gets this corner.
Corner comes in, whipped up towards the back post, held by the goalkeeper, and then cleared downfield. Danny Lowe has to watch it because Carlton Mackenzie was looking to get on the back of it. As he do enough and clear the ball. Lowe into the feet of Ben Parker. Parker now plays into the feet of Ollie Johnson. Ollie Johnson holds on to it, gives it to Parker again, and eventually played up towards Alex Johnson. And Tolley has given Johnson some pretty robust treatment at the back there. The ball from Alex Johnson now gives it to Gavin Rothery. Ollie Johnson on the left-hand side. Watches the line well this time. Now looking to get the cross in. Curls it towards the back post, where Wayne Brooksby is the target in this instance. It's headed away. Andy Holdsworth will turn it in from the other side. It's headed away again and up towards Mackenzie. This time he can't control. And the ball is out for a Guiseley throw. Now Brooksby in field. Gives it to Gavin Rothery. Rothery battling to try and win the ball back. Does so. Guiseley still in possession of the football. Long spells on the ball. This is going to tire Rushall Olympic out. Obviously it's very tiring to chase the game and chase the ball when you've not got possession. Much less fatiguing to be in possession of the ball. But Guiseley not really making the headway that you would hope really in that final third.
No, I just think it's one of them in the long term during the 90 minutes that can have the effect that Rushall Olympic are going to be tired. Then you're able to pick them off. But in the short term, it's very frustrating for the fans because they get the ball, they get into that final third, and then the passing just isn't consistent. And there have been a couple of occasions where there's been no real pressure and the pass just hasn't been good enough.
Ollie Johnson now on the ball for Guiseley. 25 yards from goal. He's well shepherded here by Carl Palmer. Still holds on to it and sends it to the right-hand side where Brooksby cuts in field. He's blocked unceremoniously, but the ball plays on and Gavin Rothery's got it on the edge of the D, trying to run through about 3 players. Almost succeeds until a foot comes in from Tolley. Guiseley recover the second face again, now with Andy Holdsworth on the right-hand side. Back to Brooksby. Brooksby, his cross is blocked. Be a Guiseley throw.
Yeah, good play there by Rothery. Looks like he's going to get in and actually have a shot, and I think he gets past 2, he gets to the third man, he's just able to basically put his whole body in the way to make sure he don't get past him. But again, it's just frustrating because Gavin Rothery's made a couple of them runs and he's looking for somebody to just be at his side so he can pass it to him, and for some reason today it just hasn't happened, and hopefully when that happens again someone will be there.
Now Rothery picks it up on the right hand flank. Back now to Holdsworth. Holdsworth cross up towards the back post. Ben Parker's there. His header impossibly goes wide. And it was a downward header. Looked like it might have got into the bottom left-hand corner, but had just gone wide of the mark. Bounced off behind the back of the goal. And then behind. But a brilliant ball in from Holdsworth and a great anticipation there from Ben Parker. And just unfortunately couldn't apply the finish.
Yeah, I thought that we're going to go in there because Ben Parker, it's basically a free header. I think he'll admit it himself. He doesn't get too many goals, Ben, but some people who were the wrong side of the goal were actually celebrating. They thought it had just gone in, but just wide. The goalkeeper was beaten. If it were on target, it'd be 1-0 Guiseley instead, still scoreless.
Now the ball with Mitchell Tolley. Sends it back to Cameron Belford. Belford lays it forward up towards the centre circle, and Killick's gone through the back of Aaron Williams. And it's going to be a free kick to Rushall Olympic as we head into the last 5 minutes of the first half. And a free kick is going to be taken on the edge of the centre circle inside the Guiseley half, and a dangerous opportunity this for Guiseley to defend. You have to be alert to the danger. Brown from the back. This ball floated in. Killick watches it very coolly and gets out of the way because he can see that it's going behind harmlessly for a goal kick.
Yeah, good play there by Killick, and no one near him really, so he's under no pressure, just able to see it go out of play. But you know, whenever they get forward, Rushall, for them free kicks, you do look at Aaron Brown and how tall he is and what a presence he has as well for heading. And Guiseley did well there with Killick marking him just to make sure that he doesn't make any contact with the ball. But again, it's just, while it's 0-0, any of these little half chances or potential half chances for Rushall do worry Guiseley, because they look like if they do get a goal, they would be able to defend it.
Now Jake Lawler onto the ball to Ben Parker. Ollie Johnson from left, up from left back now to Ben Parker. Parker infield, gives it back to Johnson. He's held the line, goes down to the touchline now. Gets into the area, chips one towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Well claimed by the goalkeeper, Cameron Belford. Alex Johnson was looking just behind him, waiting to pounce, but in the end it's comfortable for Belford to claim and take the sting out of that opportunity.
Good goalkeeping there by Belford, because Johnson is very near him, Alex Johnson. It looks like if Belford doesn't get clean contact on the ball, Johnson's just going to be able to tap it in, but he gets both hands on the ball, able to grasp it as well. And again, it's just another little opportunity. It's good play by Ollie Johnson. Just the pass isn't beating the goalkeeper, and if it did that time, it would be 1-0. But again, it just seems like the final pass, and it's happened a couple of times this season for Guiseley, it just isn't working at the minute. And obviously, second half, when Rushall are maybe a little bit more tired, that can improve.
I guess patience will be the watchword. Guys, you just need to make the breakthrough in this game. A good header from Andy Holdsworth. Now a chance here for Guiseley to break. Ball's with Danny Boschel, threads it through to Ollie Johnson on the edge of the area, gets past the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper spreads himself really well, just gets the ball at the second attempt after the first effort. Bounced off, I think, his left boot and claims it, but a really good ball there from Danny Boschel. Ollie Johnson peeled off well, but just couldn't get it past the keeper on that occasion. Well,
Ollie Johnson takes the pass, gets into the area. Really good ball by Danny Boschel, and he's trying to slip it through the goalkeeper's legs, and it looked like it had happened. It just hits his left boot, just hits it. It looked like it was going to pass it, and then the goalkeeper does well as well to get the rebound. But again, it shows you that one pass can open the game up, and if Guiseley can do that a little bit more often, that goal is surely going to come.
Well, Andy Holdsworth just shaping up to defend and move down the left-hand side, just intercepts and plays the ball very coolly back to the goalkeeper. Stephen Drench, Lions in possession, just haven't been able to make that breakthrough. Still scoreless here, 0-0. As we head towards the break in this first 45 minutes of the FA Trophy, the third qualifying round. The Lions now coming down the right-hand side here with Killick. Coming from centre half, gives it to Gavin Rothery. Wayne Brooksby's just blocked on the halfway line. Guiseley win the throw. Can the break come just before half-time? Can we get the breakthrough, rather? I certainly hope so, because it's been resilient defending from Rushall. Now Ben Parker surging forward from full-back again, showing great skill to get past his man, trips himself up and goes to ground, and pulls his shorts down as doing so, and has a laugh at himself, but he's got to watch out because Rushall are coming down this right-hand side. It's a shot coming in from Carlton Mackenzie, who drove down the space that Ben Parker had left behind. And in the end, Stephen Drench produces a save he'd be expected to, but it's a good one nonetheless. And then there's a good ball over the top there from Andy Holdsworth. Alex Johnson went to claim, and he couldn't do. And then as the goalkeeper came way out of his area, Cameron Belford, he slipped right in front of the Guiseley fans over there in the George Stock stand. And when he slipped, fell flat on his face. He then was getting berated from the fans there, decided to do a couple of press-ups, just join in the general sort of banter that's going on there, so it's good to see.
All in good fun.
All in good fun. Something's got to entertain us, hasn't it, the last 5 minutes or so?
Well, this match hasn't, the last couple of minutes.
The last 20 minutes or so. Guys are still 0-0 against Rushall Olympic. Might try and change that now. Alex Johnson down that left-hand side, under pressure from the full-back. Again, there's a tug on him, and Alex Johnson and Chris Taylor are in there, and the referee just calling over. Oh, and I thought he'd given the free kick, and he's given half-time.
Oh.
So we thought we got the first free kick for Alex Johnson after that first 45 minutes, in which he's certainly been up against the rather considerable presence of Mitchell Tolley, their captain. It's a player who's worked through the ranks, came through from Bloxwich, and he's given him a hard time this afternoon. At the break, though, still scoreless. Guiseley 0, Rushall Olympic 0. Tom, how do you summarise that first 45?
One word: frustrating. It just really has been. I think every time guys have got the ball, getting into that final third, it's been 5, 6, 7 passes in a row. No real pressure put under the Guiseley players as well when they've been doing that. But when they get into that final third, the pressure increases, and some of the passing has been a little bit off. Ben Parker with the best chance of the half, his header just going wide. But Rushall have had 2 really good opportunities. You've got to say Steve Drench has been made to work during both of them, and again it's one of them guys that can push everyone forward, try and get that first goal, but Rushall Olympic will make them pay because they have shown that they can get forward themselves and create a chance or two along the way. But I think all in all, guys, they have been the better team, but really there's only been 1 or 2 chances where you'd think, that's a really good effort. Ollie Johnson as well just before half time, but I think really during the first 35 minutes or so there wasn't anything really clear cut. Them 2 near the end were, but all in all, half time 0-0. I'd say it's a fair result. Well, fair score.
Fair scoreline, isn't it? Yeah, and frustrating anyway that guys haven't been able to make the breakthrough. And just hope that we can avoid any slips in that second half that could give the visitors more momentum. They've certainly not been threatening overall in the 45 minutes in the way that guys have been threatening, but just haven't been able to finish and apply the finish in the final third in that first half. But things will no doubt change at half time, and we'll be reflecting on that scoreline in the dugout and what we need to do in that second period. We'll be back ourselves in about 10 minutes time. We'll take a wee bit of a breather, so join us back for the second half in about 10 minutes time. Cheers. So welcome back here to Guiseley AFC Radio, and it's half-time at the game between the Lions and Rushall Olympic in the FA Carlsberg Trophy third qualifying round. Still scoreless. A frustrating first 45 in which the Lions have had the Lions' share of possession, but haven't been able to get the ball over the goal line. And have had a couple of good chances, but realistically, the good save from goalkeeper Cameron Belford to deny Alex Johnson when he's through 1-on-1, and a header that just went the wrong side of the upright. Perhaps the best, and there's been that little smattering of a threat as well from Rushall Olympic as they've come forward on their counter-attack. That sense that they could snatch one. They certainly have players of quality in this side, and Carlton McKenzie, who's rushed through and got through towards the goal, and Aaron Williams as well, the forward who scored a hat-trick in their 5-0 demolition of Stratford Town in the previous round. So I'm Colin Robertson, alongside me Tom Feeney for the second period, and hopefully we'll be able to see some goals in this in this game.
Oh, wow. And
hopefully to way to our right.
Yeah, well, if you've got passing like that, maybe not, because that's a horrible pass. Goes straight out of play for a frame, and immediately Rushall are on the offensive.
Yeah, Rushall have a throw-in on the left-hand side, as Tom says, gifted to them. And now they take it forward here with McKenzie, who had that chance in the first half. He's on the edge of the D, can't get the shot away, he's crowded out. Tries to thread the ball through instead towards Williams, and it can't complete the pass, and it's gone behind for a goal kick.
Well, just there, guys, they start the half. You just want them to get the ball, pass it around for a bit, and just work their way into the half and pass like that. Rushall have been in a position during the first 45 minutes where they've been trying to take advantage of guys' mistakes, and again there it's a poor pass, comes to nothing in the end, but just shows you if guys do that again, Rushall will be again just taking advantage of this.
Well, they just get possession there and drive on, but guys, they do enough actually to defend their lines. And now it's up here to Brooksby. Brooksby plays it forward towards Alex Johnson. He didn't go for it. He was a yard or two offside. Goalkeeper collects. And we're into the second period now with Guiseley and Rushall Olympic still scoreless. We had a couple of other scorelines at half-time, but just at the moment, Jake Heath is coming forward now for the visitors. Gets it towards the edge of the D, lays it to the left. It's picked up now by Callum Williams. He takes a shot, it's come back off the goalkeeper. You see, got enough of a palm on it, Stephen Drench, to put it behind for a corner kick, and that was a real chance there for Callum Williams.
Yeah, what a fantastic save that is, because it's a good effort by Callum Williams, but Aaron Williams was actually just waiting in the area, and he was onside, and Steve Drench has had to claw it out of play for a corner, because if he just pushed it back in, it's a tap-in, and it'd be 1-0 to Rushall.
Corner comes in now for Rushall Olympic from the right-hand side, whipped in towards the edge of the 18-yard box. It's gone beyond everyone. They keep it in, though, win the second phase, and it's played in again by Callum Williams. He plays a good ball. It's headed towards the goal there from Carl Palmer, but it's comfortable this time for Stephen Drench to claim, and now the counter-attack is on. Alex Johnson gets past his man. He's going to the penalty area. Surely he's been pulled down. Referee goes to it. Nothing given there, and Alex Johnson looks to the sky. He cannot believe that penalty hasn't been given. He cannot believe it, and Guiseley now, after being 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and Johnson has been pulled back at the crucial time, Guiseley somehow have been denied a clear-cut penalty, and actually I have to say, that would have been Rushall Olympic down to 10, wouldn't it? Yeah,
Alex Johnson's through, he's just going to have a shot, and his shirt's clearly just been tugged, and the referee just immediately says no penalty, and I don't know, during the first half there were a couple of times where Alex Johnson, it looked like he'd been fouled and the referee gave nothing, but that time, that is a crucial decision, because if it is deemed a penalty, it's a red card, and Guiseley would then be surely 1-0 up as well, and that had changed the game, and I just don't know what the referee was thinking there. The linesman, I've got to say as well, looked at the referee and said no penalty.
He's on the far side though as the linesman, but he has a clear vision of what's happened straight ahead of him, doesn't he? Anyway, Guiseley, got to put that out of their mind. The ball is now with Andy Holdsworth. Oh, and a poor one from Brooksby back in. Brooksby wins it back though, but Rushall Olympic can clear their lines. Frustration. Alex Johnson just got past Mitchell Tolley and was through on goal. Fairly clear foul on him and nothing given by the referee, who was a good distance away. He was up with the halfway line, but still You do wonder if it's going to be one of those afternoons. The big call there from referee today, Billy Katib, who was decided not to give a decision in that instance. Alex Johnson, a deeply frustrated character, hugely frustrated character this afternoon.
Well, I do think sometimes you've got to just use a bit of common sense. Alex Johnson was already going round the goalkeeper when that happened, so he had a free shot on goal with an open goal, and you just wonder.
Well, it's all right. Johnson's just been gone down to ground. I think, to be fair, there was nothing in there. He was battling for the ball and goes to ground. There's a big shout from the crowd that he'd been pushed over by the centre-half, but I have to say on that instance I don't think he was fouled.
Well, I think Alex Johnson, I said during the first half he's got a good temperament. Just there, he just had a word with the referee. I think it's being tested at the minute because, you go back to that penalty, it's a clear penalty, and Alex Johnson, you presume as well he might have took that penalty as well, and it'd been a good chance for him to get a goal today.
Holdsworth now on the ball. Gives it to Danny Boschel. Back to Killock. Back to Stephen Drench, who was called into action early doors in the second half, though. As a very good, bright spell from Rushall Olympic. This game certainly has come into life again into the second period. He had to palm one away. A great drive from Callum Williams, a former Walsall scholar who's come through the ranks now at Walsall and now playing his football here at Rushall Olympic. Guiseley now pick the ball up and are moving it down this right-hand side. Wayne Brooksby up against the full-back. Gives it back to Holdsworth. Good cross into the area from Holdsworth. Taken away from Jake Lawler by Tolley, the centre-half and captain. Guiseley win the second phase back here with Boschel. Now Holdsworth. Holdsworth some distance from goal, and Boschel just looking to see if they can switch the angles and break down this resolute Rushall Olympic defence. They've got good shape and they've held good firm positions in this game. Guiseley now move the ball to the right-hand side where Brooksby turns in field, gives it back here to Holdsworth. Holdsworth skips past Williams and gets the cross in. And a good defending challenge comes in again from Mitchell Tolley. Certainly leading from the front. Saying they really rate the centre-half here, who could well have been in trouble. Had referee decided that there was a free kick, or a penalty kick rather, a few minutes ago, but he's made another crucial challenge now. Corner comes in, headed away, picked up by Holdsworth, to Boschel. Boschel into the feet of Brooksby, back here to Holdsworth, good movement from Guiseley, back out towards Brooksby. Good challenge comes in from Chris Taylor, enough to take it away from Brooksby. Guiseley throw, taken quickly. Holdsworth now, is it back to Brooksby on this right-hand side, looking to get the delivery in. Crosses in towards the 6-yard box. Goalkeeper spoons it. Alex Johnson almost capitalises, but the goalkeeper, Cameron Belford, recovered well and claimed it just from the feet of, bravely from the feet of Alex Johnson there.
Yeah, and I've got to say the goalkeeper appreciated Johnson's bravery because he picks him up and shook his hand there. But again, it's good defending by Rushall, just a moment of lapse of concentration there by the goalkeeper, and something like that could be the difference today. It feels like one of them games where the tempo may not be at its highest and might just be one little mistake that causes a goal, and that could be the difference.
Wayne Brooksby's just bundled over by Smith, and a free kick's given, and Smith tries to take it quick. Brooksby tries to take it quick, and Smith doesn't get a return. And the referee, oh dear, he's trying to pull the ball back. Now we're saying he wasn't taking it from the right place. Brooksby just got up and took it. Oh dear, we're in a difficult spell at the moment. Guiseley now have the ball here, still 0-0. I have to say the rub of the green isn't going with us just at the moment. Now Ollie Johnson skips past one man but can't claim. Rushall Olympic putting up a spirited second half performance just as they did the first. Still 0-0. Good ball out here to Wayne Brooksby, cuts in field, turns past two defenders, is tripped, still keeps going. Brooksby rides another challenge towards the edge of the D, threads it through to Alex Johnson, a great ball. Johnson can't beat the goalkeeper who blocks, but there was a flag up anyway. And it's back to the goalkeeper anyway for a free kick, but that was a great run there from Wayne Brooksby.
Yeah, fantastic run and good initiative there with the pass as well. I do think Alex was just offside and there were no complaints from him, because if the flag hadn't gone up, despite the fact the keeper saved it, then there would have been the opportunity of the rebound, but again, it's good play by Guiseley. Just that final pass, that final shot, it's just not going Guiseley's way at this very moment in time.
Palmer now for Rushall Olympic, gets it forward. Good header from Killick. He's bundled in the back. Goes to ground, and referee Billy Khatib decides to give a free kick in this instance. Of course, if we were to go out at this stage, it'd be a blank weekend on the 13th. It's a difficult one to stomach 2 weeks before Christmas. Good time for a game, a home tie against a good club would be vital, both on and off the field. And now is a chance, and it's Rushall who've come forward. They're running down this right-hand side with Mackenzie. Mackenzie gets it into the area, goes to ground, gets it cleared. There was a tug on him in the build-up to that, to be fair. The referee played an excellent advantage, and I think it would Ben Parker pulled him back. But he continued well into the penalty area, just couldn't apply the right finish, or the right pass, sorry, to bring in his attacking colleagues, but Guiseley defend it in this instance and get it away. Another instance, though, of Rushall Olympic having a counter-attack and that half chance. And you just worry that there's an opportunity for them to break us down, don't you? Yeah, well,
just with Guiseley, it feels like they've got 3 or 4, 5 chances, but Rushall may only have 1 in that, but it appears that every time they get into that area, they're trying to be clinical. And again, it was a really good run, and there was a tug in the area, not in the area, just outside the area. Referee did well giving the advantage. But Guiseley know that Rushall, if they didn't know before the game, Rushall are dangerous.
Balls with Jake Lawler, gives it to Gavin Rothery. Rothery, square here to Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby cuts in field. Square to Danny Boschel. Now with the feet of Ben Parker. Boschel towards Ollie Johnson. Ollie Johnson spins on the ball, but is tackled well by Carl Palmer. And it's cleared up to the halfway line. Aaron Williams chases. The ball goes back to the goalkeeper from Danny Lowe. And then sent forward. It's returned, and Rushall claim possession. Guiseley recovering the middle of the centre circle. Not very tidily, but they do get the ball out to the right-hand side where Wayne Brooksby collects it. Smith challenges. Brooksby goes down. He's clutching his ankle. Got past him when Smith just stood across him, really, more than anything else, and it'll be a free kick to Guiseley. I don't think there's more than a free kick, really, in that challenge. No,
I think Brooksby's beaten him, and just a little bit too quick for him. No real malice in the tackle. In all fairness, Smith goes straight up to Brooksby immediately after it to apologise. And yeah, I think the referee's done well there, just giving the free kick. No need for a booking there.
Brooksby now with the corner play. The free kick gets it into the area. Doesn't fall for anyone anyway, as I muddle my words up. Gavin Rothery takes over. Chips the ball into the area. Ollie Johnson on the edge of the D. Drive blocked. And now Rushall Olympic with a chance to counter-attack. Every time they come forward with pace now. And it's Jake Heath who sends the ball towards Mackenzie, but it's beyond him and easy for Stephen Drench to claim.
Again, though, that's another warning. Rushall got the ball, and immediately they've got 3 men in the Guiseley half, and they had pace. They looked like they could create something there. Poor pass, and Drench is able to collect, but again, they just bring men forward whenever they've got that break on. And again, it's one of them where Guiseley, they've just got to not get so frustrated where they decide to throw everyone forward, because Rushall will make them pay.
Guiseley with the ball in right back position. Stephen Drench out of his area, plays it up towards Alex Johnson. He's got to battle with the arms of Liam Smith, and he can't. And now the ball comes down the other end where Aaron Williams collects. He's on the left-hand side. Lays it back to Chris Taylor. Into Callum Williams, now into Mackenzie. Mackenzie drives it from distance. It's a good shot and just hard and low, but Stephen Drench knew it was going wide. Watched it go behind for a goal kick.
Well, that's the experience that Steve Drench has. He didn't panic there. It's a decent effort, though, by Smith, and it just looked like it was going to, well, maybe nestle in, but Drench didn't even flinch. He knew it was going wide.
Killick. In field to Jake Lawler. Lawler turns and gives it to Danny Lowe. Back to Ben Parker. Now, the patient build-up has to come into the feet of to Danny Boschel. Does well, actually. Takes it past one, takes it past two. He's subject to a rather robust challenge. And now Palmer comes away with it. Drake Lawler watches that so well. Intercepts to deny Rushall Olympic an attacking opportunity. And then Boschel sprays the ball out to the left-hand side. Overhits it in this instance. And it's out for a throw-in for Rushall inside their own right-back position.
Now that's a real wasted opportunity there, because Wayne Brooksby had absolutely no one near him, and it's the first time that had happened. Instead, they decided not to pass to him. They go for an option where there's a couple of men there anyway, and the substitute is being made.
So it is indeed Ollie Johnson who's coming off, and Adam Boys who enters the fray. So guys, they make the change on the hour mark, and Adam Boys will get 30 minutes and Ollie Johnson will get a break. And you have to say he's had a tough afternoon, Ollie Johnson. Just you're having a chuckle to yourself, Tom. I've missed something here. I was looking down, making the notes on my.
Well, I questioned if Guiseley was sitting in a different dugout. Ollie Johnson actually sat down with the other players. Had a bit of a look, then got up, and Mark ran up to him just to explain where to sit. So nice little moment there.
I love it. Now, Andy Holdsworth gets the ball towards Alex Johnson. It's cut out. Alex Johnson and Adam Boys on now. Can Guiseley use this to their advantage as they look to get that goal that will give them the lead in this game? At the moment, Rushall Olympic performing very well, holding Guiseley at bay and having a couple of half chances themselves. This time their movement forward isn't so convincing, and it's out for a goal kick. It's a goal kick, sorry, throw in. I was just going to ask you actually how long you thought that Mark would leave it before changing things. Half an hour is a good spell, a good time, good length of time, isn't it, for Adam Boys to settle into the game?
Yeah, I think it means he doesn't have to rush as well. He can have 5-10 minutes, just get into it, and then causes damage for the last 20. And
the throw has been given to Rushall. Guys had a throw inside the Rushall half, and referee, I think, has decided to give a foul throw against it. And now he's given a foul throw against the Rushall Olympic player, saying he's not taking it from the right place. And Guiseley get the throw back again. I honestly say, I've never seen... And now Andy Holdsworth has taken it from the wrong place and he's given it the other way. This is the most bonkers throw-in scenario sequence I've ever seen in my life. We have had 4 foul throws in a row. Have you ever heard anything like that in your life? 4 foul throws in a row. And finally, hopefully, it'll be settled by Liam Smith taking this throw-in correctly. And he does so up to the halfway line. Guiseley hoof it forward with Killick, and it's out for another throw. And let's hope they can get this one right. We'll be here all day.
Well, I nearly shouted to Andy, don't take it there, because I saw him just take a yard. Well, take it actually a yard back to where it were meant to be. But the referee, got to say, he had his eye on that, and he was ready. He had the whistle in his mouth before he even threw it. So, but 4 in a row, I have never seen that.
Throw-in taken from Rushall Olympic. And they come forward now. Palmer, good ball into the feet of Heath. Heath chasing the ball down the right-hand side. Lays it back now. It's sent towards the edge of the D, where Callum Williams gets a good header on it, but it's overhit. He was looking to nod it down, wasn't he, to Aaron Williams, but just overhit that one. It's behind for a goal kick. Still 0-0. And we head into the final 25 minutes of this match with the Lions held by the Pics. There's been chances, and chances at both ends. And guys, you have to be alive to the danger here as Rushall Olympic get the ball into the Guiseley half again. Callum McKenzie, good square ball here as Chris Taylor binds forward and drives a shot from distance. It was a low one that was easy for Stephen Drench to claim. And he tries to move it forward as Guiseley try to take this one. Brilliant touch and control from Wayne Brooksby. Takes it back to the fullback, into the penalty area, towards the byline, gets across. It's blocked in front of the goalkeeper by Tolley. Good piece of defending again, and Rushall Olympic clear, but great control there from Wayne Brooksby to take the ball down from the clearance and then spin past the fullback. Rushall now on the counter-attack and doing well here. And, Carlton McKenzie's been pulled down. And a free kick, and rightly so. Danny Lowe just tugging at him to stop his progress. Ball's to the right-hand side now, where Christopherou has collected the ball. Right back plays it in towards the edge of the 18-yard box, but it's cut out by Danny Boschel. Headed on by Palmer. Picked up now by Alex Johnson inside his own half. Back to Jake Lawler. Danny Boschel takes over. He's under great pressure, is Danny Boschel. He's pulled down inside the centre circle. It'll be a free kick to Guiseley. And the referee stops the quick free kick from being taken, much to the groans of the home fans. And it looks like, to me, we'll be having a second substitute. There's another... is there another man warming up on the bench there, or is that still Ollie Johnson?
No, that's Ollie.
He's still stood up. Oh, right, I see. Yes, you're right. He's still in his kit. Normally they have to get a top on, don't they? Who might be too Benicity. Now Alex Johnson onto the ball. He's been pulled down by Christopherou. The ball's played into the area, but the referee again doesn't give anything. Alex Johnson, well, I mean, it has to be quite clear, that foul in that instance. Now the ball forward. Johnson gets past the full-back. Can't get past Tolley. And Alex Johnson is getting absolutely nothing today, and Danny Boschel has just complained to the referee and is being spoken to. And things just threatening to, boil over a little bit here. Just at the moment, Andy Holdsworth is tying his laces as well. I don't know if he's the man to be spoken to by the referee. And he's being told to just watch what he's saying, but Holdsworth is not happy about that. Sorry, it's it's Danny Lowe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Danny Lowe's been spoken to. I'm not quite sure what for. I can only assume it's something he said.
I don't know. I don't know if it's anything to do with time wasting. I just think I'm not sure if the referee just pointed to his wrist then.
Time wasting?
I know it'd be weird, but I've seen a couple of weird decisions today anyway, so
Guys, they've rather wasted the movement, and again the ball's out into touch. Tolley again. Brown, sorry. Collects the ball at the back. Tolley now takes over, up to the centre circle. Under pressure from Adam Boys. Tolley plays a good ball into Aaron Williams. Now there's a chance here for Carlton McKenzie to get clear. McKenzie's beaten to it by Danny Lowe. Killick into the feet of Jake Lawler. Lawler here to Danny Boschel. Gives it to Killick. Steps up to the halfway line. Now Wayne Brooksby. Back here to Holdsworth. And it goes back again. Guys, he's still 0-0 here against Rushall Olympic. If you're just joining us on Guiseley AFC Radio, you can tweet us at Guiseley Radio if you have any comments about the game. Usually just let us know that the equipment's working. That's the most interactions we get. But whilst technically things seem to be fine, on the pitch things aren't going quite the way we want them to, and another ball forward goes straight to the goalkeeper. 22 minutes to go, still 0-0. Brown headed away by Killick into the feet of Boys. Good foot into Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby cuts in field, looks towards his left. He's got Gavin Rothery out there to play in. Rothery picks it up, goes past one, goes towards the penalty area, cuts into the penalty area, goes down towards the byline, plays it, drills it across, still can't be bundled over inside the 6-yard box. Jake Lawler was in there, Adam Boys was in there, somehow Rushall managed to defend that one. Guys, he press again, but Rushall defend well actually. Smith holding off the pressure from Jake Lawler, and then Palmer gives it to Smith. They must be sensing that they're onto something special here, Rushall, at the moment. If they can just hold on to this 0-0 scoreline, they'll be feeling they can sneak one, won't they, Tom?
Yeah, and I think with a bit of luck like that as well, because it's fantastic play by Rothery, and he just puts it in an area he knows there's going to be a deflection, and just it takes two deflections and goes out of play in the end, and finally a foul has been given in the favour of Alex Johnson. It's only taken 70 minutes?
Yes, Alex Johnson's fouled inside the centre circle inside his own half by Chris Taylor. Guys, he pick the free kick up, take it quickly. Now Danny Boschel and Wayne Brooksby continue. Boschel clips the ball over towards Alex Johnson. It's just going to escape him, picks up pace as it lands in the penalty area and goes behind for a goal kick. 0-0. And Guiseley with 20 minutes to go to avoid a replay. Or worse. need to up the game, don't they, in the last 20 in terms of that pressure in the final third. You do wonder, actually, whether it's just worth taking a few efforts from range instead of this constant build-up in this scenario. I wouldn't be surprised if we find a few more speculative long-range efforts coming in, but all credit to Rushall. They're defending very meticulously. Smith now with the ball forward towards the feet of Aaron Williams, but it's beyond him into Stephen Drench. Looks like Guiseley will be making another substitute as the board is up. In the meanwhile, Danny Lowe's called into action to defend. Stephen Drench clears. Adam Boyes just looks like he's taken a little nudge in the back, but Guiseley still lose possession now, and Callum Williams gets the ball to Palmer. Palmer's pressured by Boyes, but still they claim and control the ball in midfield there for a moment. Here, Rushall Olympic. Christopherou, ball forward down the right-hand side. And it's well watched by Danny Lowe, plays it back to Stephen Drench, who chips it back to the defender. And Lowe is put in a rather difficult position and ends up blasting it against the Rushall man for a Guiseley throw in their own left-back position.
I think Nicky Boschell's coming on, so I'm not sure who will replace. So maybe Alex Johnson. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I wouldn't be surprised if Alex Johnson has to make way, because he's had a long spell out and he's not played 90 minutes. He's not going to play 90 minutes again. Nicky Boschell will be coming on here for Alex Johnson, who's he's had a tough old afternoon, hasn't he? Really, he's had to really battle hard, and he's been forced off the ball quite a few times, rather dubiously by Mike Mitchell Tolley and others. Nicky Boschell will give a different aspect into this last 19 minutes or so of this game. What do you make of that change then, Tom?
Well, I'm not surprised, because I think Alex, it just felt like it wasn't going to be his day. The amount of decisions that didn't go his way and shots that just went wide, and just feel with Nicky it offers another physical threat as well. A bit more height in there is what he'll bring. And I just feel it is one of them with Nicky. He can come on with 20 minutes to go. He's got 10 minutes just to settle down, and him and Boyes can then start to create something as well for that final 10 maybe.
It's not working out just at the moment, and now Rushall come forward here. Mackenzie, good ball in here. He's found Williams into the area. He takes a shot. Great save from Stephen Drench from Aaron Williams. Played in brilliantly there from Carlton Mackenzie. Williams found himself with a yard of space inside the penalty area and made it tell. It was a super strike and an even better save from Stephen Drench. And
that's what happens, because Guiseley are now trying to push a couple more forward. Danny Lowe was actually out of position because he'd been getting forward for a Guiseley attack, and they took advantage there. Good save by Drench.
Long throw into the penalty area. It bounces in the 6-yard box. Lowe gets the touch away. Still with the visitors, though, who beginning to believe they're going to get something out of this game. The cross comes in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, up towards Palmer. Beyond him, Andy Holdsworth just watches it. Palmer's not giving it up. Holdsworth clears well. Wayne Brooksby tries to spin on the ball, but does earn Guiseley a throw-in. Looks like there will be a change for the visitors. And it is Carlton Mackenzie who's going to go off just moments after making that brilliant ball through. And it's Stanley Mugiswa who is coming on. And Stanley Mugiswa will replace Carlton Mackenzie, who I think has had a very impressive afternoon.
Yeah, I think he's held the line really well, and he's created one or two opportunities for his fellow teammates in the process. Good first touch in most cases. Once or twice, if he'd maybe had a cleaner touch, he might have had a chance for himself. But yeah, I think he's done really well. He's frustrated the Guiseley defence, and he's kept running throughout that game, and I think he's earned a well-earned sit down.
Did he get to the right dugout?
Yes, he did.
Well done.
I think he was instructed to it, though.
That's 1-0 to them. Guiseley still scoreless here against Rushall Olympic as we enter the final throws of this match. A replay beginning to look like it could be on the cards. They've just conceded possession on the halfway line, conceded a throw rather, another throw for the visitors. We've made two changes. Ollie Johnson and Alex Johnson have both gone off. Nicky Boschell and Adam Boyes are on. had chances, but I have to say, actually, in terms of clear-cut chances, I think Rushall Olympic have had the better of them now with that latest one that Aaron Williams almost took. Stephen Drench has made the better saves, I think, in this half than Cameron Belford has had to.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. 2 really good saves.
Now Nicky Boschell's just gone to ground, actually, as he was looking to get the flick on from Adam Boys. He had a moment, actually, but he slipped. And Guiseley now forced back to Stephen Drench. Mugisua is chasing down everything. Straight off, fresh from the bench. Ball's played up towards the back line, flicked on by Boys. Played back to the goalkeeper, Belford. Played forward. And chested down here by Mugisua. And Guiseley win a throw as he can't keep it in play. And 14 minutes to go. It's not what we want, is it?
No.
A draw would not please, I'm sure, Mark Bauer at all.
No, it wouldn't, and it's a long journey as well. I was talking to somebody from Rushall, and they were saying it's a good 3-hour journey. So it is one of them where you just hope guys can get something from it before the 90th minute, because just as every second eeps down, it does just feel like this has got 0-0 written all over it.
Now the ball forward towards Nicky Boschell, but he's not going to get there first. Good defence from Belford. He knocks it out into touch. It's going to be a Guiseley throw. And I just have to say a big thank you to Rushall Olympic, whose Twitter account at Rushall Olympic has just said at Guiseley Radio it's Mugisha. So I apologise. Mugisha is Stanley Mugisha is the substitute. I've been mispronouncing. So thanks for the correction. We're all just amateurs here, as you probably gathered. But we do appreciate that. So thanks very much. Guiseley now trying to press, but well defended there from Mitchell Tolley. Sends it back to the goalkeeper, Cameron Belford. 0-0. And it's not looking any signs of changing at the moment. In fact, since the substitutes, I have to say I think Rushall Olympic are getting more and more into this game. And now Callum Williams has almost played the ball through. There's a bit of a challenge between Mitchell Tolley and Nicky Boschell. Nothing given. Headed on by Danny Lowe. Now picked up here by Nicky Boschell. Out here towards Gavin Rothery. Plays into Nicky Boschell. Boschell with a cross towards Adam Boys. He can't stretch and make the connection. It's gone beyond him and out for a throw on the other side. But that was a opportunity, a good ball through there, and it's gone out for a throw-in.
Well, with how lethal Adam Boys is, any contact, I do think that would just nestle into the back of the net. But again, it's just a little bit too far for him to get to, and again, it's another opportunity that's another half chance.
Well, Mugisha was just hassling Shane Killock there and almost got the better of him. Good blocking tackle comes in from Danny Lowe. Ball played forward, but dealt with comfortably by Aaron Brown. Danny Lowe up against Aaron Williams, had to be alive to that danger. Good header from him. Guiseley now having to watch themselves at the back much more frequently. Now Nicky Boschell collects the ball inside the Lions half, plays the ball infield here to Jake Lawler. Lawler square. Ben Parker, who's come forward much less frequently than in the first half. He collects the ball now on the left-hand side. Has to go back and looks frustrated that the options are limited. And guys at the moment holding on to the possession, holding on to the ball, but just not providing that kind of killer pass at the moment. The bit of magic that will unlock this Rushall defence. Now maybe Wayne Brooksby can do something. Ball on the right-hand side. The cross into the edge of the 6-yard box. It goes into the midriff of Adam Boys. And then it's sent back, and then a terrible pass back from Danny Lowe has Stephen Drench chasing. Lowe holds his head in his hands. It's a corner to Rushall Olympic, and a really poor piece of play there.
It's another mistake, but it could have been so much worse, because Stephen Drench just for a second looks behind him wondering, is this ball going to fly past him and go into the back of the net? It goes wide and out for a corner, but Danny Lowe there, he's under no pressure, just a simple pass back. Keeper can start the play again, and again it's just another unforced error which helps Rushall with their cause.
10 minutes to go, 0-0 if you're just joining us here on Guiseley AFC Radio. Corner for the visitors after a very poor pass back from Danny Lowe. Opportunity for them to press because they've got everybody into that 6-yard box. It's hit towards the back post. It's an overhit, I would argue. Liam Smith has to chase all the way back to the touchline. Keeps it in. Gives it to Mugisha. He has to go back as well. And Chris Taylor takes it all the way to the halfway line. Plays it forward. Headed on by Jake Lawler, but he gives the ball straight here to Aaron Brown on the edge of the 18-yard box. It's now back here to Mugisha. Mugisha can get this cross in. They've still got bodies forward. He blasts it against Ben Parker, and it's behind for another Rushall Olympic corner.
Well, they're growing into this game, and the last 10 minutes they really have been the better side. They've been creating the better chances, and they just look dangerous now when they get on the ball. I think during the first half the plan for Guiseley was they were going to keep the ball, hopefully tire Rushall out, and it just hasn't happened. They look like they've got plenty of energy and their substitutes are making an impact.
Corner comes in for Rushall. It's headed away by Jake Lawler. They still will collect the second phase here. It'll be a throw-in. Smith ready to launch this one back in. He takes a step back. He's actually going to leave it because they're going to use their long throw specialist once again to try and craft out an opportunity, get the goal. And it's a long one here from Aaron Williams into the penalty area, flicked on, and in the end the referee's given a free kick against Aaron Brown. And to be fair, we haven't seen too many free kicks given in those sort of aerial challenges at all this afternoon. Guys, breathe a sigh of relief. Thanks to Philip Crimes. Hearing you loud and clear. 4 foul throws in a row is the highlight so far going into the final throws of the match. I get you. Oh, such creativity we have in our audience. Now, it's a chance here as Mugisha presses forward. Good challenge comes in from Danny Lowe, but that was again another threat coming from the visitors. Great challenge comes in from Lowe into Parker, and Guiseley managed to do enough to clear their lines, but they're not doing enough to get forward. Danny Boschel with a raking crossfield ball finds Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby cuts in field, but already opportunities seem to be closed out. But a great ball in here to Nicky Boschel. Nicky Boschel is tackled superbly in that instance by Mitchell Tolley. It's a corner, but Nicky Boschel seemed to have got clear. Super ball from Mitchell Tolley, and Guiseley have a corner, and they will be taking on another substitute as well just before this goes through. Ben Parker having to leave the field. I don't know if that's a niggle or if he just wants to change it, because it's Danny Ellis coming on now. So presumably Danny Lowe will go to left back. Danny Ellis will take his place at centre half, but maybe that's a problem Ben Parker's got. Danny Ellis, who of course has been a regular and been rested, I think, for this afternoon, is now going to get his chance to perhaps make his impact from this corner.
And he's very dangerous from corners as well.
Corner comes in from the right-hand side, whipped up to the back post. Ellis gets his head onto it. It's towards the goal and just goes beyond the back post. Eventually, Hoyt clear and out for a throw-in.
Well, what an entrance that would have been, but he heads it across goal rather than towards it. But got to say, that were a goal-saving tackle before the corner. And well, for Guiseley now with Danny Ellis on, he is a very good option from set pieces, from corners. Let's see if we can take advantage of him.
Lions still pressed, but they played a loose ball in here to Carl Palmer. Mugisha gets brought down by Danny Ellis, who's on the field, and he's going to get the first yellow card already. And he's only been on a matter of seconds. He's had a header at goal, and now he's going to be pulled up for a yellow card. It seems a little harsh, I must admit, given that no other cards have been produced this afternoon.
Well, I think with it being his first offence, it is a little harsh. I mean, it's a clear free kick because he has caught him, but again, he's just clipped him, and I just think the referee's kept his cards in his pocket for so long, and then he gives a yellow card for something like that. It isn't really consistent.
Well, for a player who's just been on 30 seconds as well. Now Rushall Olympic with this ball into the area, headed away by Danny Ellis. Picked up again, though, here by Callum Williams. Gets the ball into the edge of the 18-yard box. Aaron Williams gets a shot away, takes a deflection. It's another Rushall Olympic corner.
Well, they are growing into this game now. They've got so much confidence. They're getting men forward, and well, it just feels like that. It feels like there is going to be a goal now for one of these sides because Rushall are throwing men forward now.
Corner comes in, whipped in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's flicked on, it's flicked away. It's given as a goal kick. It was clearly a corner. It was clearly a corner. Shane Killock got the last header on it, and the referee, I think, has made a mistake there. The visitors are frustrated, but Guiseley have got the rub of the green there.
Well, Shane Killock heads it, and all the Guiseley players start to get ready to defend another corner, and the referee's adamant this is a goal kick. And, you know, it was clearly a corner.
Today's referee's not adamant. You didn't even notice that one. Guiseley come forward now down the left-hand side. Probably ignored it. Adam Boys plays it towards Nicky Boschel, and again, Boschel doesn't control. Again, Rushall Olympic collect. And again, they move it down very swiftly, this time towards Mugisha. And it's collected by Stephen Drench. Drench lofts it long. Flicked on, actually. It's not the greatest of clearance. It gives it to Adam Boys. Now picked up here by Wayne Brooksby. Can he do something here? Cuts in field. Reverse ball now to Andy Holdsworth. Holdsworth with a cross. Goes across the face of the goal. Nobody again on the end of it. Feels like it's going to be one of those afternoons now. I've almost written it off. It's in here to Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby comes forward down towards the byline. Can he get the cross in? Tackle comes in from Mugisha. Big shout for a penalty by the fans behind the goal there. Referee points straight to the corner. Mugisha must have got enough on that ball. Corner from the left-hand side. Guys are getting the bodies forward. They need to get a late goal here to avoid a replay. They can't, and actually Rushall Olympic might have ideas of their own about that replay because they come forward here with Mugisha on the counter-attack. He skips past one, plays it in towards Heath. Just a little bit overhit there, and played back by Andy Holdsworth to Stephen Drench. Can we do something in this last 2 minutes or so of this game? And there's a free kick finally being given. Referee plays an advantage, actually, instead, because of a pull on Nicky Boschel. Boschel, from distance, takes a drive. It's a poor one with the left boot, and it's gone out for a goal kick.
Well, when you've got a couple of men in that position, in the penalty area, you want to try and find them. You don't want to have a shot from distance, but that's what Nicky did, and it goes wide, never really on target. Surprised there as well, though, because Nicky Boschel, it was a slight tug, and the linesman immediately waving his flag for the free kick, and the amount of times Alex Johnson was being tugged quite a bit worse than that. Nothing was given. I was just a bit surprised, and I think that actually disrupted the play a little because Adam Boyce stopped running. He thought the free kick had been given. The referee plays on, and it's just one of them. It was frustrating.
Well, second substitute for the visitors. Josh Craddock is coming on. He's replacing Liam Smith. So, the quirk of events. Both left backs have now left the field of play. Josh Craddock comes on. Perhaps that's a chance for them to either shore things up or look indeed for a potential winner here. They might feel that the game is perhaps more likely going their favour than Guiseley's at the moment. And Craddock plays the ball straight into action in midfield, plays it in towards Heath. Heath is challenged. Late challenge here from Mugisha, but there's a chance now for Guiseley to counter-attack. Wayne Brooksby's brought down. He's quite frustrated.
Well, this is a booking, surely.
And the referee actually is going to speak to Mugisha, I think, first, isn't he? For the challenge. It was a late challenge, actually, on Shane Killock, and he's just having a word with him.
And no yellow card there, though, for...
But I actually think it, like you're going to say, Palmer.
Yeah, that's all right, because he knows exactly what he's doing. He's just took Brooksby out. It's a clear booking, and the referee don't give it.
No, well, never mind. One of those days. Right, guys, he now have Stephen Dredge. He plays it forward towards Ellis. Gets into the area. Brooksby's clear. Takes a shot. Yeah! Back of the net. Referee's wiped it out. He's written it out. Brooksby with a shot, but he's decided it's handball. Oh, my goodness. To be fair, there's no complaint, is there? Brooksby's half-hearted complaint, but it just looked like it had fell kindly for Brooksby, but it's wiped out, and it's going to be one of those afternoons. Tom, sit up. Your head's in your hands now. A minute to go. 0-0. Looks like it's going to settle that way potentially. Headed on by Danny Ellis. Guys, he looked to be going to a replay. Mugisha's offside. He takes a brilliant shot, bounces back off the upright, but it was already finished. Stephen Drench is swiftly out of the area to take the free kick. And Mugisha will go in the book for that. He's just kicked the ball away. The referee will add a couple of seconds on there. We saw that last week, of course, with Barrows being brought down to 10 men from exactly the same sort of incidents. It's just a daft yellow card to give away, but I suppose he's earning a few seconds for his side. He's complaining about where Stephen Drench has taken the kick from as well. Final throws of this game. Stephen Drench launches it forward up towards Adam Boys, headed away. Haven't seen how many minutes will be added at the moment. The clearance, but good work here from Danny Lowe. Nods it forward towards Killick, who's in there. He's brought down, and guys will have another free kick. Mugisha again, actually, he was the man who committed the foul, and there's shouts of off for him. He walks away. Referee's not entertaining that, but he was clear of him, wasn't he? He just nudged him down, and
well, I think the only reason why they're saying that could be.
I've stopped Tom in his tracks.
Wow.
2 minutes has gone up. Where's he got only 2 minutes from? I'll never know. Maybe he's cold.
Well, wow. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why that.
Just for both sides. It's for both sides. They'll probably think they could. The longer this game goes on, it's better for them. But 2 minutes is bizarre.
Yeah. Just. Again, I don't know what to say.
Free kick to Guiseley on the left-hand side. They've got bodies forward. It's about on the angle of the penalty area. On the left-hand side, there's 4 or 5 players all lurking around on the edge of the penalty spot sort of line. It's drilled in low. It's gone forward. Straight into the goalkeeper. He palms it away, and then Jake Lawler gets the follow-up, but it's gone behind, actually, for a corner. So great, brave goalkeeping from Cameron Belford. It was a real grass cut of a free kick in the end. They've done enough just to get it clear now. This is real last chance saloon for guys if they're to get anything of a win to this afternoon. The corner comes in, the goalkeeper punches up towards the halfway line. Good punch, played back in by Gavin Rothery. Not the best one, but it's up towards Jake Lawler. He can't win that header. Guiseley still press. The ball back into the penalty area from Danny Boschel, but straight to the goalkeeper. That, I think, will be just about that, won't it?
Yeah, well.
A replay it is, eh? Potentially. Could get worse. Callum Williams comes forward. Williams looks for options. Gives it to Craddock. Back here to Palmer. Palmer under pressure from Nicky Boschel. Is forced to go back.
They got the ball. Wow.
Nicky Boschel wins the ball off him, but the linesman rather conveniently flags for a free kick. And it's going to be a free kick to Rushall. Not so sure about that.
No, I think Nicky's beating him there, and the player just goes down. He knows that he'll probably get the free kick in all fairness, and the linesman's waving, and the referee has got the whistle very near to his lips. So I think this could be the last chance.
I think he's just nodding to say, yeah, I'm adding this on, but free kick is for Rushall. Takes it forward, headed away by Andy Holdsworth into Gavin Rothery. Rothery sends it long. Good header from Aaron Brown. Rushall, chip it forward in the air. Danny Ellis has to watch it. Flicked on well, up towards Mugisha. There's a mix-up in the defence. Mugisha keeps chasing it. Stephen Drench gets his foot through it. It's cleared. Tolly will deal with that comfortably, though. Palmer flicks it on. Now Aaron Williams, a half chance now on the right-hand side. Gets into the area, drives it low. Stephen Drench gets enough of a palm on it just to take it behind. We're going to finish this game with a Rushall Olympic corner, and they almost finished it with a goal.
Yeah, well, it's a fantastic save by Stephen Drench, but Rushall have grown into this game. It's a really good effort. It looks like it was just going to go in. Drench, it's a big hand there, goes out for a corner, but this is the last chance, and it's Rushall to take it.
Corner will come in. We can't have much left on this game. Deep into stoppage time from the left-hand side. Rushall Olympic have 5 players in the penalty area. It's a poor corner, very poor corner. And overhit and goes out for a goal kick. And the referee blows his whistle. And Guiseley will have to go to a replay this week against Rushall Olympic away. I'm afraid we can't be there on Tuesday. That's the long and the short of it. So I was rather hoping it'd be settled in the 90 minutes in our favour, but it hasn't. It's finished scoreless, with the Lions having been pegged back in that second half on a couple of occasions. Stephen Drench has made 2 or 3 fine saves. but weren't able to do enough to break down a very well organised, well drilled, well disciplined Rushall Olympic side. It's finished here, Guiseley 0, Rushall Olympic 0.
Well, Rushall Olympic had a couple of chances themselves, and you've got to say that this was a game in which both sides have gone for it, an attacking display by both teams. Drench has had to make a couple of really good saves in the process, and credit to Rushall Olympic, they've got the replay. To be brutally honest, I think they've earned the replay as well, because they did the last 20 minutes. They really did deserve, to be in the. They were the team in the ascendancy. The substitutes to them worked, and it's frustrating for Guiseley because they would not have wanted a replay on a cold Tuesday night. It's going to be a long drive down and a long drive back, and I just feel he's going to be one of them where Mark's going to have a good word with the players now, because it looks like he already is on the pitch, and it's just frustrating. It really is. The first half, Guiseley were the better side, but Rushall, they grew into the game, and the second half they had a couple of clear chances, and credit to them, you've got to say.
Well, we go again, Tuesday night. I think it's a Tuesday anyway. But either way, it's a replay from this game. Guiseley versus Rushall Olympic is finished here as a 0-0. And a very frustrating 90 minutes for the Lions. A well-drilled and well-organised Rushall Olympic, though, have certainly earned that. And on balance of play, could certainly claim that they're deservedly still in the draw in the FA Trophy. It's a hard one to take when you're at home, isn't it? And it's going to be back again anyway for us next Saturday when we travel to Stockport County, no matter what. Hope you enjoyed it this afternoon as much as we can from our perspective, and we'll see you again next week. Cheers.